On Chicago's tough South Side, in a neighborhood next to the city's famous stockyards, the poverty is undeniable. Here in the back of the yards neighborhood, you can feel the stress on the streets. Gangs are seizing the hearts and minds of the young people, and violence has become commonplace. Too many have died. Those left behind live in fear and despair.
We went to Vijayawada and met with VMM, which is one of the major social service organizations working with children and families. We learned of a program dealing with street children, and we discovered that there are some 40,000 street children in Vijayawada.
The children are attracted to Vijayawada because of the Krishna River, which provides an ample supply of water for drinking, bathing, and recreation. Also, food is relatively easy to obtain. Street-side vendors offer inexpensive meals. The children who live and work on the streets are at high risk for sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV and AIDS. For this reason, VMM outreach workers go directly to where the children live to conduct safe sex discussions. Because of the trust they have built here, the children speak freely to them about life on the streets.
I live with some of my friends on the banks of the river. To make my money, I pick plastic and metal garbage from the streets. That gives me enough to eat. The rest of the money I must spend, or the older boys and men will steal it from me.
After the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, the Gulf is slowly recovering. But many who called this place home are being priced out of the market and are considering leaving.
As living here and enjoying the coast, we love the coast. I don't know anybody that can come down to the coast and not fall in love with it. You know, everybody still says hello down here. You can wave at people and they speak back. Something that doesn't happen a lot in other parts of the country. But I mean, it's really a crunch down here right now because we don't have the jobs we used to have. It's a lot of opportunity in other parts of the country, and people are moving. You know, a lot of people moved out after the storm. We're trying our best to stay here because we're born here. All our family is here. And that's something that you don't want to miss, especially when you have a child on the way. You want your child to be around family and, go to the same schools you went to, have teachers that you had. You don't want to go to a different place somewhere far off, but if you're forced to, you really have no choice.
Growing up, childhood was kind of rough. I've moved from family member to family member a lot, and lived in an abandoned building for, I would say, about 3 to 4 years. We had to, my mother would get up in the morning and shop the trash cans, not stores, but the trash cans for food and clothing. I didn't see a future.
To break this cycle of despair, the Joneses provide scholarships for formal education as a way out of the hopelessness. But they give much more.
He would often just come and give me a hug or something like that, and through time, our relationship developed. I grew to trust him. He became somebody that I felt like I could go to when I needed help.
When the kids know that somebody cares about them, it motivates them and helps them to progress.
Just thank you. I just so.
It was difficult times, very difficult times, and what always kept me going was school. School was very important to me, and I knew that the only way to get out of the neighborhood was to get an education. Growing up in back of the yards was difficult. Shootings, gangs, violence. I lost a lot of friends.
And many people have gotten shot. Well, some people that I know have gotten shot like around my house, or the people that I knew got killed or stuff, and you just gotta be careful.
I really didn't go outside because my mom, she was very protective over me and my brother.
There's a lot of times when they had the tutoring program here that I didn't want to come because I didn't want to walk 4 blocks and I might get jumped, I might get beat up or I might get shot.
The violence that happens in the neighborhood does have a direct impact on them. It kind of numbs their senses in many different ways, emotionally and socially, but also their ability to learn. And what we try to do here at San Miguel is to wake up their senses again and kind of teach them to get in touch with what's happening in their life so they can express it and they can begin to learn at the pace they should be learning at.